Welcome to a Warface review series video. Today we'll be looking at the good old Dp-27 machine gun. This machine gun is one of the most beautiful machine guns in all of Warface with a beautiful red star on the side. This gun is also known as the strongest hitting machine gun in all of Warface and one of the easier machine guns to use. Today we'll be looking into it to see if in reality the Dp-27 machine gun is in reality the best machine gun in the game. We'll be looking into its special attachments to see what perks you get and if it really is worth investing into this weapon. This gun is in the shop pretty rarely as random boxes and never as just a gun in the shop, so you have to get it by gambling and shelling out some credits. My luck when I opened these boxes was pretty crazy as I got the gold version in the first box, so I did not continue on opening more. I personally do not recommend opening random boxes as they are very unprofitable and usually you invest a lot of credits and you do not get anything permanent. Before we see the statistics of the Dp-27, I wanted to let you know that we have a Discord that we all want to invite you to. That's down in the description, and that I stream now on Twitch most days, so if you do see this video, I'm most likely streaming. Come give me a visit, the link is in the description as well. Now let's check out the statistics of this classic machine gun. This is the hardest hitting machine gun in all of Warface, sitting at 90 damage per hit, stronger than any other machine gun. The gun's RPM is a little better than most machine guns, sitting at 630 for the base version and 640 for the gold version. The range is pretty average for machine guns as well, sitting at 15 meters and 16 for the gold version. The minimum damage becomes 50 at the range of 51 meters, which is pretty far in this game, so the damage drop off is pretty decent. The multipliers are also pretty average for machine guns of this era, sitting at 5 times multiplier for headshot, 1 times for body shot, 0.8 for arms, and 0.9 for legs. Unfortunately, this gun does not have any special attachments, so you have to use the vendor unlock. That's not really an issue as the red dot fits this gun pretty perfectly. I wish that developers did add some special old sight to this gun to make it that much more special. Now let's look at the recoil of this gun. I posted the recoil pattern above so you can see how to control it. The recoil is pretty hard hitting for a gun in Warface, but seems on par to the Stoner LMG. It does pull very hard up, but you can control it by pulling down pretty decently hard. The one big downside is that this gun, like all machine guns, has a lot of sight shake, so it is really hard to hit further targets with it. So the perfect range for this gun is in the middle area ranges. The bullet spread is also pretty good, so most shots will land right where you're aiming at. The hipfire is also pretty decent, but it could be better. To hit shots, you have to be very close to your targets. Now let's compare it to the Stoner and the H&K MG5 machine guns. The Dp-27 is the strongest out of all of them by 2 to 3%. The RPM is also the same by the Stoner, but another 4% slower than the H&K MG5. Even with the slower RPM, the Dp-27 still does the most damage per second at 945. The ranges are also pretty much the same, but the one big difference is the minimum damage. The Stoner and the MG5 both end at 56 minimum damage, but the Dp-27 ends at 50 minimum damage. So here the Dp-27 is very lacking. So after this comparison, we can conclude that Dp-27 is the best in PvP scenarios, while the Stoner and the MG5 are better in PvE scenarios. The one big downside of this gun is the very small magazine, which is only 60 for the regular version, but a decent 80 for the gold version. Even with the gold version of this machine gun, I think the magazine is still a little too small. If the magazine was at least 100 for the regular and 120 for the gold version, I think that would have been perfect. The reload speed is also much to be desired in. It takes a very long time to reload, so the best place that this gun fits in is in the PvP matches, as the PvP it's too small magazine and it takes a very long time to reload, which makes it very hard to choose it if you have the Stoner or the H&K MG5. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below which gun you prefer to use. Thank you.